Hey guys, my name is Kevin. I'm one of the exercise specialists with the West Primary Care Network, and I'm here to talk to you about weight loss and weight maintenance and physical activity or exercise. So we have a lot of conversations about this, so we thought we'd make a video just to kind of explain these principles so that people, can either see it multiple times or gain a greater understanding of it. So as for expectations, if you've ever seen the show The Biggest Loser with Jillian Michaels, you see people basically exercising pretty close to all day and eating nearly nothing is basically in the show reviews. So that is a terrible expectation of what might be realistic for someone to actually do. They lose a lot of weight on the show, which is great, but in the long run, once they return to their regular life, almost all of the people regain their weight. So it's important to come up with an expectation of basically how hard you can push your body, how much your body can handle. And the best way to think about it is whatever you're going to do for an exercise plan or program, you need to think, can I do this for the rest of my life? If it's something that you can do for the rest of your life, then by all means, I'll encourage and support you to do it. But if you're imagining that you're going to work really hard off the start and then go into maintenance, and if maintenance is like a quarter of what you were doing when you started, that's not going to work. You're not going to maintain your loss. So from the literature, what we see is you can expect to lose about 3, maybe up to 5% of your body weight with diet and exercise. So someone who's 200 pounds, if you're using exercise and diet to essentially manage your weight and to try to lose some weight, a realistic expectation would be 3 to 5%, which would be 6 to 10 pounds. It's not a lot, but there are a lot of clinically significant benefits you can get from that, and those really need to be focused on. So Dr. Arya Sharma is one of the physicians that we follow, and he gives an analogy of an elastic band. So basically, holding a band, the more weight you lose, the more you're pulling the band, and then you need to hold that band for the rest of your life. And the more you pull, the harder it is to maintain. So if you're trying to lose 40 pounds, that's a ton of changes. That's very, very, very hard to hold and maintain, and most people end up regaining their weight. So 6 to 10 pounds is like a small pull. It's something that's maintainable and sustainable. That's what we shoot for. Now, in terms of diet and exercise, exercise is not actually very good for weight loss. Exercise, if it's a combination of weight training and aerobic exercise, basically most studies that we see, people's weight stays about the same. People might lose about, 2 kilograms, maybe 2.5 kilograms of fat, and they will gain about 2 kilograms of muscle. So the scale weight will say that they only lost half a kilogram, which is quite upsetting for people, but they might notice my pants fit better, my clothes fit better. That's more the stuff that I'd want you to pay attention to. If you really want to go super scientific about it, you can get a DEXA scan, which is going to tell you how much muscle you have and how much fat you have. Go do a 6 to 12 week exercise program. Go get another DEXA scan, and that will tell you the difference. But you don't have to do that. We've kind of already done the research, and that we've seen that this happens. So typically with exercise, I have a graph that I'm going to show you down here that I typically like to use. But exercise for weight loss should include both cardio and weight training. And you can expect to gain a little bit of muscle, lose a little bit of fat. Most people are okay with that. So just to try to reaffirm, don't focus entirely on the scale and focus more on the behaviors that you're going to be changing. So maintenance versus loss. This graph helped me understand and wrap my head around how exercise can be used for weight loss and where it's important. It's more so important in weight maintenance. So there's 2 groups. We had the exercise and diet group. That was X and diet, and they lost this much weight. People who did diet alone lost that much weight. So people who did exercise plus diet didn't lose a whole lot extra weight is pretty insignificant. So this is basically saying most of weight loss will come from diet. You'll get a little bit of extra weight loss from exercise, but most of it comes from diet. So in maintenance, what they found was that when the people who started with only diet started to exercise, and they started exercising, they were more likely to maintain their weight loss. And then the people who were strictly only diet and never started exercising were more likely to regain their weight. And then same as the people with exercise and diet, the ones who continued to exercise were more likely to keep it off, whereas the people who did not continue exercising and stopped exercising were more likely to regain their weight. So this, coming from basically my understanding, tells me that exercise is very good for prevention of weight gain. We've seen lots of people if they're eating the same thing, but they reduce their activity, they gain weight. So exercise is super important for prevention of weight gain. On average, North American population gains 1 to 2 pounds per year. So every year, that doesn't sound like a whole lot, is 1 or 2 pounds, but over 10 years, that's 10 to 20 pounds. 20 years, that's 20 to 40 pounds. So over that period of time, people who are regularly active tend not to gain weight. They don't necessarily lose weight, but they tend to not gain weight. So whether we're preventing weight gain without doing any of this at all, or if we are trying to prevent weight regain after we've lost it, basically exercise is more important for weight maintenance than it is for weight loss, would be the lesson I would teach there. Finally, quality of life. I just kind of want to hammer home, exercise is like the gateway drug to a healthy life. Your blood pressure improves, your stress level improves, your mood improves, you feel better, you feel less creaky, your bone density improves, joint pain goes down. It's an antidepressant, it's an anti-anxiety, it builds more muscle mass, it improves your metabolism. All these good things happen, and weight loss is like the smallest of the bunch. So I would highly advise use exercise for a healthy lifestyle, not use exercise for weight loss. If your usually when we see people, if their primary focus is losing weight, they tend to not do very well in the long run. I would much rather that you make your healthy lifestyle plan based around what am I going to do that's healthy, and structure your behaviors and focus on your behaviors. So if you come in and see me and you're exercising 3 to 4 times a week, you're managing your stress, you're sleeping well at nighttime, and you're eating a healthy diet, I don't really care about weight loss. I don't care about that kind of stuff. I care, are you healthy? I think it's really important to believe that you can be healthy at any size. So strive to be healthy and you can absolutely win. Strive to lose weight, and that's going to be the complication that we've had for the last 20 years in terms of weight management in our society. So exercise is amazing for improving quality of life. It's not super good for weight loss, okay? That's been exercise and weight management. Thanks for watching.